I want to share the most beautiful equation in math with you, okay?
I'm ready.
So actually, this is literally, if you search Google, the most beautiful equation in math, you will find it. So this thing, I might need to use a little bit of the board. I'll just write this pi. We already know what pi is, right? There's another number in math, which is called I. This is the square root of -1. So somehow I is equal to the square root of -1, which you're not allowed to do. There's no way you can multiply two numbers together and get a -1. Well, there is if you allow what are called complex numbers or imaginary numbers. So that's this I. You could multiply those two together. You can get an even more crazy number. Not only something that doesn't end, but it's not even a real number. But there's another number in math also, and that number is called E. And E appears on a lot of these scientific calculators. E is another number which is just like pi in the sense that it's transcendental. It doesn't stop anywhere. And also there isn't a very nice way to express what it is. So this one goes by 2.71828 and so on. Actually, this number is also quite impressive. It's 1828, 1828, 45, 90, 45. And more digits beyond there. Okay, so a bunch of nice numbers. But this E actually comes also somewhere else in mathematics. Even though I told you this doesn't have any nice repeating decimal or even terminating decimal, with E, you can get E by saying, suppose I have a box of chocolates with 100 chocolates, and I drop them all on the ground, and I tried to put them all back in. This is like these nice chocolates where everything's different, right?
Yeah.
You can ask like, what's the probability that every chocolate went back in the wrong spot? And that probability becomes very close to 1 over E. That's this, and the more chocolates you have, the closer it is to this. Anyway, 3 crazy numbers. It turns out that if you take E and raise it to that, then I can finish the equation with 2 more numbers. Like the most basic numbers in math are 1 and 0. And this is true. So what's going on here is I've just put together 3 completely ridiculous numbers, and they together make -1. For all of the mess that was here, it has all come back in together right here. And this has a name. It's called Euler's identity. And it is actually the most beautiful equation in math because it combines all of these different constants together. There's your pi there, but suddenly the pi got joined with all these other ones. So there's some other fun parts here too. Have you seen the shirts with the pi and the I, the joke?
Oh, yeah.
Where pi says, get real, and I says, be rational, right? And they're basically calling each other out. So I've seen those shirts ever since I was in high school. It was like the speech bubble, get real, be rational. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. But actually, that shirt should have one more punchline. The last punchline should be, well, let me write the joke first. This one says, get real. And this one says, be rational. The correct way to put the punchline on this joke is E should say, join me, and we'll be 1. So of course that's -1 right there. But somehow this punchline, the joke was never said before, and we thought of this joke about 2 years ago.
You better market it
but,
fast.
Oh, we have
They're
t-shirts.
all gonna steal it.
We already made t-shirts with this.